Guys, it's Beef Doug. We're going to be reviewing the Halloween 28 edition of... Whoa, shit. It's fucking Michael. Quick fucking hide. I think Michael's gone now. Scared the living bloody daylights out of me, did that. Hey guys, this is Beef Doug, and it is not nice to experience being chased down by Michael himself. I'm here today with your review of Halloween. Not the original version, the 2018 version. And you guys should know by now, if you've been watching my YouTube channel, I buy these Blu Rays and burn my money so you don't have to. So there's something that we need to address directly. The Halloween 2018 edition is actually a direct sequel to the initial Halloween set in 1979. So it's 40 years after the original. And not only is it a direct sequel, but it cuts out Halloween 2, Halloween H2O. It goes, right, let's just blank history out. Halloween 2018. That's it. So, I mean, the original Halloween is everything that basically made Halloween 2018 is a great follow-up. It's better than all the other Halloweens. Some of the other Halloweens had nothing to do with Michael Myers. So let's jump straight to Michael. He's been held up for 40 years in Warren County, Smiths Groves. It's like a prison. There are two true crime podcasters, Aaron Corey and Dana Hines, who come to visit him. They're intrigued by his story. They want to get more insight as to what happened, and they take Michael's mask and they want to interview him. The only way to get words out of or provoke Michael is to go visit him. Rambo introduces them to Michael, and he's like inside this square in this open compound. He's chained to the floor and he's got his back to them. Knowing Michael, he doesn't say any words whatsoever. And the only way to get words out of Aaron Corey picks up his masks, lifts up his masks, and he goes, "Michael, you can feel it. It's a part of you, isn't it?" And there's just something there. There's this connection between Michael and the mask, and all the other inmates there start howling like dogs, and then it opens up and the title hits, Halloween. So speeding the plot up, Michael is getting transferred to another prison facility, and like all things go wrong, he gets on the prison bus. The film doesn't actually reveal how he gets off the prison bus, but when a kid and his dad are driving on the freeway, they pull up and they explore this prison bus. I would personally just drive on, but it's a film. Everyone makes stupid ass decisions in films to entertain us guys, the audience. The guy gets out his gun, he goes and explores what's going on. There's loads of psycho prison inmates walking around the road. The kid then can't find his dad, so the kid goes and explores. The kid comes back because a police officer wakes up that's half dying, is on his last breath, and he's like, "Run!" And then the kid runs back to the car, jumps in the car, locks the door, and where's Michael? On the back seat. And this is where it takes off from the film. Now, not only is this Michael's film, we have Laurie Strode, who Jamie Lee Curtis plays, and she, from the original Halloween, has over 40 years been affected and inflicted emotionally. She is held up in a house. It's like a massive facility. It's got a gated entrance. It's got a panic room. She clicks a button and her kitchen desktop folds back, go down the stairs. She's got the usual food supplies, guns. She's got tactical shotguns down there, you name it. And then all the house is barred up, and this is all in preparation for Michael. She can't get over what he put her through in the initial Halloween, and she's broken inside. Do not get me wrong, she's a strong character, and this is between her and Michael. She plays such a good role. She is she's strong, she knows her way around a gun, and she's basically a walking powerhouse ready to kill. She's ready for Michael, she's there, and this is what makes the film exciting. But also she plays a challenging role because not only is she so focused and scared of the boogeyman, she's also damaged emotionally inside. Her daughter and her granddaughter's a full teenager. She's in this as well. There is a little bit of a backstory with her mum and her granddaughter, and she kind of fails to connect with her daughter because as she grew up with her daughter, her obsession with killing Michael and preparing herself all these years has rubbed off on her daughter, and her daughter at 12 was taken away from her, and now she's grown up, and her daughter is like everybody else. She's a civilian, no good with weapons. She's integrated into social society, whereas Laurie Strode is broken. She fails to connect. She's overprotective. She cannot mingle. And this is what makes her character so great and fascinating, because everyone else in her family just pushes her out, except her granddaughter. Strangely, her granddaughter kind of understands where she's coming from, and the story arc gives quite a lot of focus on the granddaughter now, but there are parts of the film that try to build and incorporate her granddaughter and her daughter in there, which includes a lot of comedic values to the film, and that does not inflict with the thriller part of it. There are some people that believe that it tries to be two different films, but it depends on your perception. For me personally, I believe that the comedic parts of the film, I get the humour, I do enjoy it, it's funny, and it doesn't spoil the thriller part of it. As soon as it hits that 2/3 part, it's all thriller from there. I have a lot of great things to say about this film. Now, I just want to point out that the way that they shoot the camera angles with Michael, keeping him hidden. And what I mean by that is, before Michael gets his mask back from the true crime podcasters at this petrol station, when the part of the illusion is the mask, and I'm thinking to myself, how is he going to go into this film without the camera giving his face away, and the camera angle that when he's killing people, the camera sort of shoots from the back of his head. You might see a slight glimpse of his face, but it manages to do it in such a way that it keeps him mysterious, it keeps people's attention, and it's quite cleverly done. And then once he grabs the mask, the camera, well, let's just say that you get what you got in the initial Halloween. This film respects itself in the way that the creepiest parts of the initial Halloween was when he was in the dark and people could turn over and see Michael in the distance just staring at you. He'd just stand there with his with his clothes on and just stare at you with the mask, and then when you look back, whoa, he's gone. There was a lot of that in there, and I give this film that, because it does actually do that quite a lot, and you can just hear his breathing. He doesn't say anything, he's just stood there, and he's just respecting the camera angles in this film. And with the kills, there's this one house where the camera stays focused from the front, and Michael is sort of in front of the house, and the lady is staring through a window, and the lady's on the phone, and then instead of the camera angle flicking to another angle, it stays focused and it stays there, and then Michael walks down the back of the house. The lady on this phone, she sort of turns around and then comes and faces towards the audience, and then Michael comes in through the back and he just walks up to her. She's not aware whatsoever, and then Michael just comes up, and then as soon as she puts the phone down, just goes slits her throat. And it's so impressive, such great camera angle work, and I will give him that. This film, fantastic camera angles. Now, the only thing that annoys me about these types of films is it's got so many characters in there. There's a lot of characters that are just throwaway characters, but to be fair, a lot of these characters do get killed anyway. You need to give, Michael some meat. One of the scenes that did annoy me was after the prison bus released all the inmates. I don't know how they got off there. The copper in this film is one of the old coppers, and he's nearly hit retirement. He was in the initial Halloween. He was like, I was there when Michael got released. It's 40 years ago. And one of I think it's the sheriff, he comes up and he goes, look at the list of inmates. Look who's on this list. Michael Myers. And the sheriff looks and he goes, Michael Myers? What do you want me to do? Close everything down at Halloween? Ha 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 ha! And it's like, well, yeah, what about everyone's safety? And there's just a few things in there that I thought to myself, that didn't really make sense. I don't really want to spoil this, but the one thing that really annoyed me about this film, and this is 2/3 of the way in, psychiatrist Dr. Rambo. I can't really spoil it for you guys, but there's a twist in the film, and I just think to myself, why did the writers do that? God, this is not his film. Yes, that's how bad it is, the decision. Why did they decide to do that? This is Michael's film. This is Laurie Strode's film. Give them the attention. Do not throw stuff in there that diverts the attention, that seems pointless. That is just the one thing that got my back up about this film. But apart from that, those are the only negative comments that I have to make about this film. So let's see what everyone else thinks of Halloween. Let's have a look what the intranet is saying. Okay, so based on IMDb, I believe that the critics on this film gave it a Metascore of 67. So they're saying it's good, but it's not fantastic. And the population, the audience's views based on collective reviews is 6.7. So the critics and you lot think that Halloween, you've got a similar sort of, everyone thinks it's good. I'd say it's around the 7 there. Based on Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter is giving it a 79%. so they're actually giving it a bit of a higher score. 8 in my opinion on a 1 to 10 scale means it's very good, and the audience score gave it a 70%, so they're saying it's good. So I'd be up there, you know, agreeing quite a lot with everyone else's views. Impressive. Okay, so this is what you guys are here for. What do you get for your money's worth? So I always get the 4K version. I like to watch my films in 4K. Was this shot in 4K? You buy this Blu Ray version, based on the back of this box, it gets upscaled to 2160p. So not true 4K, but it's a slight improvement. I enjoy my 4K films, and if I can get better than 1080p, I'll take the hit. So based on here, you've got the cardboard sleeve with Michael on the front, Michael's mask. On the back, we've got quite detailed. A lot of these 4K films have very little on the back now, but it's got an in-detailed synopsis, and it also gives you a good in-depth look to what you're getting for your money's worth on the back. And it's got a shot of Michael on the side here, Michael when he breaks into Laurie Strode's home, Laurie Strode's daughter holding a knife to defend herself, and then we've got Laurie Strode with her daughter. So let's take the sleeve off. Always love these sleeves. Again, same on the front, no pictures on the back. And then if we go inside, this Blu-ray was a bit cheaper. Normally these things are 25 quid, but this one was 20. And you've got your download code if you want to download it on the go. And then inside we can see the 4K version, and then on this side here you've got the Blu-ray version. So 20 quid for a digital download code and 2 discs. I'd say you're getting your money's worth right there. So guys, it's time for the rating. What we're giving it. So let's just have a quick peek at my rating system. Now, if we think a film is absolute trash, we're going to give it a dog poop. If the film is bad, then the film is having its doog day. If the film is average, then we're saying it's going to be the doog in the middle. If the film is great, and we think you should give yourselves a doog treat. And if the film is absolutely fantastic, we think that you should be going in doogie style. So, based on the film and all the collective user reviews and how positively I've spoke about it, very little to knock on this film. I do believe that we're giving out Duke treats today. So you go down there, you go buy yourselves this Blu-ray, £20, it would be worth your money. If you're a fan of the original Halloween, or if you just want kicks to see a few murders on screen. If you enjoyed this video, go down below, give it a like. And if you want more content in the future, just scroll on down to the other side. Right there, yeah, look down, hit that subscribe button. Yep, that's right. And if you don't want to miss any of my videos uploaded, just go down and hit that bell. I'm Beef Duke, and you guys keep it real.